Good afternoon. This is Reba Poulson. I hope you're all doing well. This is the beginning of the Developing Effective Bridge Programs. It's the last in a series of webinars for the Youth and Adult Pathways series powered by Links. We're going to get started. I hope you all can see the screen and all of the slides. But as I said, this is the last in a series of microgroup webinars that was hosted through the Youth and Adult Pathways. And all of the other series are available if you'd like to go back and take a look at them through the Links website under the YAP or through YouTube. The purpose of this project is to focus on establishing a virtual communities of practice around career pathways for youth and adults. And the topics listed on here were engaging you all to support that. The last are developing effective bridge programs in which we want to see incorporating how to incorporate career technical education, career pathways, and the elements of an effective bridge program. As the facilitator of this group, I'll be with you today for about 40 minutes, and I'll be posting different materials online under the Leaks website under the YAP button, and including discussion questions. We'll have some tools that will be posted as well that you can use with this. Feel free to post any questions. I will respond to you at that point. The webinar topics today that we will discuss are working together to build an effective bridge program in which you'll see how career technical education, career pathways, adult career programs, and bridge programs all effectively can be linked together to build an effective bridge program. Now, under developing the bridge programs, we're going to talk about role of the bridge programs, defining the elements of an effective bridge program, collaboration and partnerships, which is one of the most important elements that underlie career pathways and adult career programs and the career programs in order for making them a success. Sorry about that. And then we'll look at examining effectiveness. How do you know if what you've organized and what you've produced is effective? How to assess your progress and outcomes, and measuring those types of things. So we're going to get started. And if you have any questions, you'll notice to the right of your screen, there's a chat box where you can enter your questions. More than likely, we'll wait till the end of the presentation to answer any questions, but make sure you get them in. Career technical education is critical to ensuring that the United States leads in global competitiveness. By meeting the current needs and anticipating the future demands of the economy, career technical education, which is known as CTE, is critical to our nation's economic success. CTE is a leader in building collaborative connections among education, economic development, and workforce development to ensure alignment of policies and program delivery. The programs developed in the CTE should be flexible in how and when they're delivered, as well as innovative and quick to respond to employer needs. It is intended that CTE program standards meet industry standards and are rigorous, blended with academic and technical content. Students of all ages, youth to adults, who enroll in these programs are prepared as global citizens who are balanced in their ideas and endeavors to stimulate positive economic change. You'll see on this slide that we're going to talk about several things: career technical education, career pathways, adult career programs, and bridge programs. And career technical education prepares youth to adults for a wide range of high-wage, high-skill, high-demand careers. The programs result in awarding of post-secondary credentials or an industry-recognized certificate. Career technical education, as I've mentioned before, should incorporate rigorous academic and technical standards and workplace skills to ensure college and career success. It should partner with business and industry to design and deliver CTE programs so that these programs reflect what is needed in the workplace and works collaboratively with education, economic development, and workforce development. Career pathways, as many of you are well aware, are a coherent, articulated sequence of rigorous academic and career technical education courses beginning in 9th grade and leading to a post-secondary credential, an industry-recognized certificate, and/or licensure. The pathway is developed, implemented, and maintained in partnership with secondary, post-secondary, business and industry, and employees. The typical pathway, as you'll see later in the presentation, was started with the secondary beginning in 9th grade and reflects through the university level with different levels of employment. The adult pathway, which you will see, sometimes has critical points where a person can stop out and go to work and do a job, but then come back and continue their education. Pathways are available to all students, including adult learners, and the partners ensure a culture of empirical evidence. Data collection is qualitative and quantitative, and data use is used for planning, improvement, and continuous improvement. An adult career pathway is similar to the career pathway, but focuses more on special needs and circumstances of the adult. The target population of an adult career pathway include high school dropouts, holders of GEDs but no further credentials, high school graduates with no college, immigrants, ex-offenders, re-entering workers, and employed persons seeking to upgrade their skills. The adult pathway offers strategies for overcoming workforce barriers by bringing together industries, community services, government agencies, and community colleges to identify, enroll, and prepare career-limited adults for high-demand careers. It requires a new level of involvement and collaboration on the part of employers, community organizations, secondary and post-secondary education. The adult career pathway program components include what we call a prep stage, designed to prepare participants for job entry and college study, industry-focused curriculum, a multi-step career ladder, partnerships with community and government agencies, and part-time employment after the prep stage, personal and academic support services. The adult career programs are designed to expedite transitions. Here we have a sample of a career pathway that usually the secondary high school student would be looking at. And it's within the career cluster of health sciences, and the pathway is therapeutic services. But as you can see, it maps out what a high school student will need, what a post-secondary student will need, and what they can do if they enter. This is what they can complete here. Then you look at the community college programs where they can complete a nursing degree. And then if they decide to go further on, they can complete the nursing or with a BS or an MS. As a career, the Technical Center program prepares them to be a nurse assistant or a practical nurse or a charge nurse in long-term care. If they choose to go through the community college program to receive an associate degree in nursing, which prepares them to be a registered nurse, a geriatric nurse, or an allied health career instructor. We also, with the BS and the MS, one is prepared for a registered nurse, a nurse instructor, or a nurse manager. And then these are the possible industry certifications, a CNA, or your licensure as a registered nurse. This is an example of an adult career pathway developed by Wisconsin's WISE program. And as you can see, the adult basic ed, English language, work readiness, there's bridge instruction, there's the embedded credentials, a technical diploma, associate degree, or baccalaureate degree. And it starts with the unskilled job, and you can see they can start with work readiness, and then they can come back out and have a semi-skilled job. They can then go forward for the bridge program, or they can go back to work. And at that level, they're trained for an entry-level skilled job, which, oops, sorry about that. I need to go back. For further training, in which that further technician position. They then can go on to back to school for technical diploma, which again entry level, or they can come, go to work. They can come back with the technical diploma. They are a skilled technician. They go back for an associate degree, and they are at that level more skilled. If they go back for a baccalaureate degree, when they finish, they are a manager, a technical profession, or there's an apprenticeship. But here you can see that for the adult, it gives them their options where they can go to school for a while, work for a while, go to school, work. So that's the basic difference between the career pathway and the adult career pathway. Now this is another model of an adult career pathway that was used by Minnesota's Fast Track, and we talk about academic skills and credentials that are customized and employability skills and experience. Okay, but this is just another illustration of how the adult career pathway works with short term, and then employment and jobs that require basic occupational skills, long-term certificates, and the 2-year degree. Key features of a comprehensive, fully implemented adult education career pathway system includes basic skills instruction, which you saw, contextualized for a specific occupation, support services, which include counseling, academic advising, tutoring, career counseling, financial aid, and job placement, curriculum and coursework that are broken into steps that are aligned with and articulate to academic and career advancement. Those are the places where the adult can stop out, go to work, and come back. Then visual diagrams or roadmaps showing multiple entry and exit points and depicts vertical and lateral movement. Transition or bridge programs are often fully implemented education career path system to prepare for post-secondary level courses. And then another crucial element is community and business partnerships arrangements that provide support services. And those services are child care, transportation, case management, job shadowing, and what have you. Laying the foundation for an effective bridge program includes bridge training programs that prepare adults who lack adequate basic skills necessary to enter and succeed in post-secondary education. What is a bridge program? Bridge basics, bridge programs for adults with English programs to enter and succeed credit-bearing post-secondary education and training leading to career path employment in high Japan and high-skill occupations. The goal is to sequentially bridge the gap between the initial skills of individuals and what they need to enter and succeed in post-secondary education. career pathways and their bridge programs are seen as one possible solution for providing skilled labor. Now, laying the foundation, the RISE program in Wisconsin, in their pathway, utilizes 4 key steps to laying a strong foundation on which to build an effective program. Their goal is to increase the number of adults who earn post-secondary credentials related to occupations in high demand. Their strategy uses career pathways and career pathway bridge programs. They first select a career pathway. They look at workforce data for a particular area to decide whether, is it healthcare, is it engineering, is it science, what have you, to decide on which pathway they will follow. Then they identify their partners, the partners who will have an active role in building the program. Those partners help to determine the skills deficit by performing a preliminary gap analysis. And their step 4 is to set about their program objectives and outcomes so they will know whether or not their bridge program was successful. In the 4 steps for laying the foundation, to me, step 2, identifying your partners who will have an active role in building the program, because you really need your partners. The core elements of the bridge program, in which you will later see, we'll talk about the partnership. The core elements are contextualized instruction. It integrates basic reading, math, language skills, and industry, and with occupational knowledge. Your career development includes career exploration, career planning within a career area, and understanding of the world of work. Many employers talk about not only with the technical training, but they need someone who understands what it means to work, to be to work, to have those skills where they're at work on time, where they have critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, those types of things. And then transition services that provide students with information and assistance needed to successfully navigate the process of moving from adult education or remedial coursework to credit or occupational programs. When we talk about other elements of the Bridge program, the modular curriculum tied to a step in the career ladder, industry-recognized certifications articulated with your academic degrees, a change in how classes are delivered, possibly enroll students in cohorts known as learning communities, and that would be their group of students that start together, take every course together, and they finish together. They become each other's support helpers. Instruction should emphasize learning by doing through projects, simulations, and use instructional technologies appropriate for adult learners. Programs are compressed to allow adults to complete quickly and move on to better jobs and further education. Support student success through comprehensive student services. This population really needs comprehensive student services, which includes advising, financial aid, connecting students to other public benefits, and including problem-solving activities as challenges arise that could derail their progress. Successful bridge programs partner with both credit and non-credit divisions within colleges, adult education providers, employers, one-stop career centers, social services, and community agencies to recruit and provide support that students need to advance to post-secondary education and employment. Other optional program designs, you can decide in your planning whether a bridge program is designed as a single course, and these could be for students at higher reading and math levels, and they move students directly into credit-bearing courses with the aim of eliminating the need for remediation. Or the bridge program design could be a series of courses in which students first complete a lower-level bridge course that prepares them to enter a non-credit or credit occupational course or program that leads to an entry-level job. In this case, the students can stop out for needed work, income, and return to a higher-level bridge course without having to repeat content. The bridge program must prepare students to enter credit-bearing courses and programs within one of the 16 nationally recognized clusters. And I've put in the link, the website for those, the listing of the 16 clusters. The course content must contain the knowledge and skills common for entry-level occupations within a broad cluster. The curriculum design element exposes the student to career information and to information about the skills and knowledge required by a broad range of occupational options within a cluster. The bridge program should be of sufficient duration and intensity to produce these transition results. Talking about who should be eligible for a bridge program, adults 16 years and older who have a reading and math levels that are above 6th grade through pre-college, or have English language proficiency or above the low intermediate ESL level, may or may not have a high school credential, or may not be an incumbent worker. Specific eligibility requirements will depend upon the type of provider offering the bridge program and the program requirements. In other words, it's all dependent on what you as the provider would like to see accomplished. Collaborations and partnerships are very important to the success of any pathway or bridge program. They reinvigorate an existing partnership while keeping the end goal in mind. What do you want to accomplish? Hopefully your goals will include connecting education to the economy, looking at a better return on investment, increasing the quality of the workforce in your area, increasing the skill sets of the participants, leveraging resources with your partners, and supporting the student success. Sustaining collaborative partnerships should encompass a formal agreement. To be effective, sustainable partnerships should be formalized in writing. Your formal agreements are a framework for each partner, setting expectations and the desired outcomes. Each agreement should state the partnership and describe its benefits to the partnering entities. It should state the broad strategic direction of the partnership. The agreement should provide meaningful action plans and guidelines for meetings and communication. Creating a written memorandum of understanding that specifies the roles and responsibilities of each member of the partnership is most important. This way there are no misunderstandings as your program goes along. And you develop a mutual trust and openness with your partners. Every partnership should be of equal advantage to all members. Hopefully each partner is getting out of that partnership what they want. You should participate in interorganizational problem solving, continuous improvement, and professional development. And develop a clear message for students, colleagues, and stakeholders that reflect the consensus of the partnership, their shared goals, and the vision of the bridge program. What are your partnership goals? In front of you is a self-assessment ranking of current implementation status and importance to your implementation. Here you can use this tool to rank your development and implementation progress for partnerships according to the measurement criteria. So looking at implementation characteristics, you look at whether your partnership operates through a memorandum, and there's a column for your current status and the importance of that characteristic. Or is your partnership balanced with a variety of stakeholders? Does the partnership hear progress reports and make recommendations? This is a way of assessing what's going on currently and how important it is to you. And you could use this at any stage of your partnership meetings or what have you. And the partnership takes ownership of the program and study and works with the educational leadership to assure that everything that you're doing is relevant to the local level. So this is one tool that you can use to assess current partnerships, new partnerships, periodically, and whether the characteristics are important to you. There could be other things that you would list as well. Sometimes it's, you said don't reinvent the wheel. If existing partnerships can be connected or leveraged to assist in building a successful bridge program, you most certainly want to be inclusive and connect with current or existing partnerships and initiatives. Don't presume your existing partnerships are insufficient. You need to benchmark existing committees and partnerships and evaluate their purpose and memberships. You look at other workforce development committees. You can look at secondary CTE advisory committees, post-secondary CTE advisory committees, economic development committees, K-12 or separate adult career pathway partnerships. The bridge program is part of a larger system. Therefore, partnership activities should be developed or leveraged with other local educational institutions and stakeholders. Community and business partnership arrangements provide support services such as child care and case management, job shadowing, and internships. Any partnership must include the school district, if applicable, community college, university, technical systems serving the region, workforce investment board representatives, and other education providers as determined. If a career technical education program advisory committee already exists in your area, consider inviting them to join your partnership. At the very least, some type of connection should be made, and possibly a cross-representation of existing secondary and or post-secondary program committees could be explored. The goals of the partnership need to be validated by the partnership membership. Be flexible and willing to modify the focus based on input and feedback from your partners. You want partners to co-design, to co-own, and co-deliver the Career Pathway Bridge program. This is a tool that you can use to decide partnership members. These are your different categories that I mentioned: K-12, post-secondary employers, workforce entities, community-based organizations. But, you know, these are suggestions of who are your local players. Later on, you can add another column to this as to what their role is or will be. We talked about another goal with the bridge program is examining effective. Is it working? How is it going? What improvements are necessary? And looking at how to assess progress and outcomes, you need to, in the beginning, define success. What specific gains of skills? What are the levels of completion? Are there percentages to transition to the next level? Who's going on to further education, employment? Have they increased their wages? What have you? But you should have goals of defining success in the beginning. Determine what data is to be collected, how to collect it, and how to analyze it. Your data that you're collecting for assessment should be measurable aspects of student characteristics, student progress within the Bridge program, student educational outcomes following the Bridge program, and student employment outcomes. Access data and beware of challenges. Use the data for continuous improvement and outcome reporting. You'll be surprised at how the data will help you improve your programs. One, you will compare your results to goals. Did we do what we said we'd do? How did we do? Are we reaching our goals? Where did we fall short? And what can we do to make it better? Or did we exceed our goals? Assess your program components. What were the rates of attendance, participation in projects, completion of assignments? What can be learned about the reasons for success or failure? Benchmarking. What can we learn? What can you learn about other Bridge programs? How do you compare to other programs? What are the key components? And what strategies can you adopt to support student progress? And what impact have you had in addressing the overall problem facing low-skilled youth and adults? And what ideas for improvement? What should be changed about the program in the future? These are all some really good questions that you can ask yourself, whether you're in the middle of a program at this point. You can take some of these questions and then at the end look at how you're doing. One thing that has not been addressed with this, because it was addressed in a previous webinar, was funding. And you will address those issues with your partners, because your partners may be able to fund some things that you don't, and how do you look at it. So if you would like to go back to some of the other previous webinars, there is one on data that is more detailed, and there is one on policy and funding that you can look at. So those are on links and YouTube, and those have some excellent information on there. Now, in thinking about online communities, as you said, 95% of the people in online communities just want quick tips and tricks, and 5% are conversing and active. We're looking to see in the next month is to have a YAP community conversing and active. So I look forward to your questions. If you have any at this point, please type them, or I will be posting things on the YAP website under links, so look forward to them. There are several tools, a list of resources that you can go to, and some of those will be up by the end of today. So I thank you, and I appreciate your taking your time to listen, and have a good day.